আমাদের বাংলাদেশি শাড়ি, আমাদের বাংলাদেশি খাওয়া, অল্প বাংলা বলতে পারি. During my childhood, I spent the first 2 years of my life in Bangladesh. What side of Bangladeshi culture don't I like? I think it's difficult that everything is everyone's business.
সবাইকে স্বাগতম আমার নতুন ভিডিওতে. আজকে আমার সাথে আছে মিখাইল বব, যাকে দেখে আপনারা ফুললি একজন ইউরোপিয়ান ভাবতে পারেন, তবে সে পুরোদস্তুর বাংলা বলতে পারে. সো মিখাইল, আমাদের বলো, হাউ ডিড ইউ লার্ন বাংলা?
So, I mean, my Bangla is far from perfect.
But you can speak Bangla.
অল্প বাংলা বলতে পারি, but I can understand Bangla fine. My mom's Bangladeshi, my dad is a mix of European things. During my childhood, I spent the first 2 years of my life in Bangladesh and then spent a lot of our summers in Dhaka, which is where my nanu used to live. So I was very exposed at that age. But then because I was growing up in the UK and as I became a teenager and you want to fit in and integrate better, I found myself speaking actually less and less Bangla. But then I made...
ইন্টারাপ্ট করি, তোমার কোনো বাংলাদেশের চাইল্ডহুড মেমোরি মনে আছে?
Oh, definitely. আমার নানুর বাড়িতে এরপর থেকে এসে we would always have toast biscuit, cha, dhaka paneer, and you'd arrive and you'd have all of my nanu's sisters and my mamas and khalas around as well. It was just such a warm environment to come into. So arriving in Dhaka always felt like a big part of coming home.
So what's your favorite Bangla food?
My mum makes this fantastic goru gosht, which is amazing. We have a Bangla lebu and kacha morich, and that is like a 10 out of 10 at home. When the things I love about Bangladesh, I'm hugely thankful for my mum's side of the family. There's having so many cousins and family members, and we're a very close-knit culture in that sense, where সবাইকে আপু ভাই ডাকি. It's not you're my second cousin twice removed.
আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, he is pure Bangladeshi.
So this closeness with the whole family across generations has been hugely important for me. And if I got married a few years ago, if you were there, you would have seen almost everyone was from my mum's side of the family. The kind of the Bangladeshi horde had arrived, and I'm so thankful that all of them have been there the whole time. That and food, it's got to be food.
So বাংলাদেশে তো একটা কালচার আছে জিজ্ঞেস করা. তুমি অনেককে জিজ্ঞেস করতেছিলা যে মামার বাড়ি বেশি পছন্দ করেন চাচা বাড়ি. My question will be a bit different.
Okay.
That which side of cousin do you love most? Is like Bangladeshi side or your dad European side?
আমার বাংলাদেশি সাইডের সাথে আমি একটু বেশি কাছে, so I'm closer with them, so I think it's my Bangladeshi side.
Okay.
Sorry, that's caught on camera.
So is it like because of they are also your mama bari and the other side is dada bari?
I think it's more we've spent so much quality time together. Like every time biye tiye hole, we prepare all the dances. Like since we were kids, we all get together, the mad rush of rehearsals and like taking random naps in places together and whatever else it was, we would just hang out. And I don't think I ever had that as much with my dad's side of the family. It was a bit more, you sit down and have dinner. It's a bit more structured.
So it's more warm on
exactly, and it's been like that through my whole life.
If I talk about the other side of your identity, what they think about Bangladesh? The European side.
I think I would love to ask my dad that question in full, to be honest. So he grew up in Britain to an Austrian dad and a Dutch mother, who were both refugees from the Second World War. So he kind of grew up as a, I guess, first or second generation child himself. But I think meeting my mom and being exposed to a Bengali culture, there's a lot of expectations that were that were different than what he expected.
So which side of Bangladeshi culture you don't like?
What side of Bangladeshi culture don't I like? I think it's difficult that everything is everyone's business. Where
can you tell that in Bangla?
Oh, I think I'd struggle with that one.
That's fine.
You arrive. When are you getting married? When are you having kids? Are you going to have another kid? How are your studies going? What about your grades? Everything is just like
they care too much.
Public information, and it's like that I think is the closeness has its advantages, and I would take it any day of the week over not having it. But I think also growing up with the European side, there's always that contrast of
Being a mixed identity,
Yeah.
how was your journey in English society?
yeah, this is something I've looked into a lot. It's taken a lot of introspection, and I think we live in an increasingly mixed race world, but there's not much guidance out there for mixed race kids. So, I grew up in the environment I did. There was a lot of touch points with my mum's side of the family. My dad's side of the family were smaller, so they were just a little less present. I obviously present as quite European looking on the whole. So I grew up in quite a South Asian environment, but looking very British in the UK.
But speak Bangla, very Bengali accent.
Yeah, and then, there was these points where you kind of realize you don't quite fit the bill, right? So it was particularly I went to my secondary school and it was a much more diverse environment. I wasn't quite the same as the kids who were fully South Asian, but I wasn't quite the same as the kids who grew up fully with
But
white
you look
families.
fully white, so
Yeah, but the cultural experiences are different.
can you speak some Bangla words that you love?
Bangla words that I love. Oh my god.
Toast biscuit?
Toast biscuit, ekdom. What else? Deem bharta. It's all. I'm just gonna go with food. Porta, deem bharta, begun bharta,
Kono Bangla
pulao. Huh?
Kono Bangla gan jano?
Bangla gan? No, I'm terrible with Bangla gan. I don't really know. I don't really know any. That's awful, isn't it?
Do you want to say anything to Bangladeshi audience in Bangla?
If you have international family members, and you see that they are struggling to learn Bangla, give them a push. It's such an important thing to stay in touch with your roots, and once it's gone, it's really hard to get back. So keep your international family members close to home.
Do you have any ambition about you want to do about Bangladesh?
I'm a reasonably new dad, so I've got a 2-year-old daughter. But as you go down the generations, my mum's Bangladeshi, I'm half Bangladeshi, my daughter is a quarter Bangladeshi. I don't want her to forget about that altogether. So my aspiration...
Where is your daughter mother's from?
So my wife is Malaysian, but I want her to grow up and know, all of these things. And I wanted to have visited Bangladesh a few times. She's going for the first time, hopefully this year in
I
November.
hope she will learn Bangla too.
Yeah, I hope so.
My last question. How was your Bangla learning experience when you was a child? How do you learn Bangla?
ছোটবেলায় একদম ন্যাচারাল ছিল, মানে আমার আম্মুর সাথে আমার পুরো পরিবারের সাথে আমরা বাংলা বলতাম. And then as I became a teenager, I got sucked into my social spheres, and then you want to fit in with your friends, so I just was speaking less and less. And I remember it was in kind of my mid-teens, we went to Dhaka again, and all of a sudden I realized I was really struggling to say what I wanted to say. I could still understand, but it was like being blocked from being able to speak. And so for a while then I made more of an effort to speak whenever I was at home and listen to, I would put on YouTube even like Bangla Natok and whatnot to just pick up like the sounds.
আমি তোমাকে কিছু বাংলা নাটক রেকমেন্ড করতে পারি।
Whatever you've got, send it my way, and
Thank you so much.